Hi everyone, my name is Leann. I'm known here as Small Town Stitches, and welcome if you are new. Today is a WIP parade, so at the beginning or end of every year, I like to kind of do a WIP parade to kind of show where we started and where we're finishing the year. Today is New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year. I can't believe tomorrow starts 2023. And if you are one of my loyal subscribers that have been with me over the years, thank you. Thank you just doesn't mean enough to me, but just sincerely, thank you. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know if I get rambly. I feel like I apologize sometimes for my videos being long and then it's like 20 minutes. So we'll have to see. I have a total of 3 finishes in 2022, and I have a total of, I believe, 18 working WIPs right now. Yes, 18 working WIPs. So what I figured we could do is start with finishes, and then we'll do our WIPs. So I'm hoping to get this uploaded tonight. I just did upload a planner video, so if you are someone who is into planning and cross stitch planning, go check that out. It's about 11 minutes long. It's not long at all. So yeah, maybe you'll have an extra thing to do if you're like me and probably gonna spend the night stitching and watching Flosstube style WIP go, all those videos. So we will start with the finishes. Like I said, I have 3 of them. But I do have a total stitch count for 2022. You guys ready? My total stitch count, I will put it down here. I don't know if this is a good or a bad one. Is 83,757 stitches. I am a weirdo and I calculate everything, whether it is a paper pattern or on Pattern Keeper. I keep track of every single stitch that I do because I'm a nerd and I like seeing the number. So I do have pieces, all 3 of these pieces, because they were WIPs last year. So I'll go ahead and insert pictures of where they were last year. And first we're going to start with Metamorphosis by Ink Circles. This piece was started November of 2021, and I finished it August 5th, 2022. So my first finish for 2023 was in August. So heads up, I'm going to be looking down. I'm going to have notes because I have gone through and broken down percentage-wise where I could find percentage-wise. I've got lots of numbers. So be prepared. We've got lots of numbers in this video. So this is our finish. This is where we are. The pattern calls for kind of like a gradient style, and I thought this was perfect to use these kind of colors that generally you can't put in other things. So I do have the names. Most of them are dying for cross stitch. I really, really like that brand. The first one is called Blue Nutcracker. And if you know me, I am a Michigan girl. I just call this one U of M or Wolverine, even though it's not maize, it's just a yellow, but it's called Blue Nutcracker. And this is from Dying for Cross Stitch. Bazaar, which is also Dying for Cross Stitch. This is our one that is not. It's called Let's Get Tipsy, and it's by Bryn and Nettle. This was gifted to me Christmas 2021 from Vani, who is Thread the Needle here on Flosstube. So that's this one. This one is Earth, Tie-Dye, Majestic, Tie-Dye Dreams, excuse me, Majestic Sunset, and Cranberries. So that is our finish. Hindsight 2020, I really should have moved this down so I had more room for framing. but I did not. So this is our first finish for 2023. You are welcome. I did actually iron everything today. If you ever watch my Flosstube videos, my pieces are never ever ironed, ever. Hoop marks galore, everything. They're never ironed. All right, number 2 was Sweeping Cobwebs by the Prairie Schooler. I started this one October 2nd of 2021. I finished it November 16th, 2022. Here we are. Hold on, there's just too much fabric. There's just too much. So this is finish number 2 for this year. I did a couple different tweaks. The words are in a purple. I don't remember what they originally charted it. I think it was orange, but there's just too much orange between the owl and the houses and the moon and the border. I just felt there was way too much. So the black is DMC 310. My green was an unnamed from Silks for You. And then my orange is Tomato by Gentle Arts. And my purple is Pansy Purple by Classic Colorworks. So that is finish number 2. This is also my first Prairie Schooler that I've ever done. Won't be the last because I have all the months that I haven't even started either, that they did. All right, last one was Mary Noel by Sue Hillis. This is where we were at the start of 2022. I started this in 2020 sometime, back when I didn't do a good job of keeping track of things. I finished it November 19th, 2022. It is stitched on an 18 count white opalescent Aida with Bleeding Heart by Threadworks. And this is where we are. I am in love with this piece. I'm so proud of it. Let me back up. There we go. So I did omit a border. I omitted all these stars down here. There was like 2 rows of those stars. And after doing them here and here, why they're beautiful. And I'm so happy I did it. I wasn't stitching them for a 3rd time. It just wasn't happening. So this is where we are. You can see the variegation throughout it. And there's that white opalescent. You can really see it in this piece. But this is my last finish of 2022. Love it. I think it's so pretty. So pretty. All right. So those are my 3 finishes. Crazy. Let me flip to my current WIP list and we'll start talking some WIPs. They're all in a giant pile sitting next to me. I will probably, just to be forewarned, put these away as we go because otherwise it's just going to be a mess and they're going to be everywhere. So let's start. My first one is Halloween Night, and this is a pattern by Tilton Crafts. I believe it is still on their website. This has a total of 127,500 stitches. It's short and long. So this is where we were at the start of 2022. I had done 19.78%. Here we are now. It's so pretty. So I stitched on this for a total of only 22 days this year. And I did 4,635 stitches. It is now sitting at 23.41%. So I did get a page finish this year, and most of mine was all over here, and we've just been working on that tombstone that isn't even close to being completed. I believe that tombstone is going to come pretty much down the entire piece. So this is as tall as this piece will be. But it will just go over. It needs to be wider. So this is piece WIP number 1. I started this is my oldest WIP. I started this May 1st, 2019. It's on a 20 count Aida with all the called for DMCs. So that's number 1. Actually, I was going to put all these away, but instead I probably shouldn't, so I can take pictures for next year's WIP Parade. That would make sense why they're ironed. Let's not do that yet. All right, you guys, this will be the last time this piece is in the WIP Parade. This is Mini Hometown Hero Firefighter. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs pattern. It is currently available from Heaven and Earth Designs. And the artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. I started this piece January 1st, 2020. So I'm going to put where we were last year. It is 74,970 total stitches. Last year we were at 52.19%. That is where we started. I have spent 142 days on this piece. It's gotten 29,491 stitches this year. It's sitting at 92.07%. And this is where we're starting Mini Hometown Hero Firefighter. Back up. There we are. This is on an 18 count Aida that I simply just coffee dyed to give it like a grungy fabric color. I love this piece. I am so proud of this piece. If all goes well, this piece will be finished in January. So we will have a new focus piece next year. I can't. This is a mini, but the detail is just amazing to me. I just can't get over it. So that SCBA is completed now, and we are back to working on the rest of the turnout gear and the boots. So I can't. I could stare at this piece all day. I know you guys don't want to stare at it all day, but I'm so proud of it. And yeah, of course, it's just the called for DMC with it. Last time it'll be in a WIP Parade. If you are new, I'm so happy that you're hanging out with me. I am a lover of large projects and full coverage projects. Just be forewarned. All right, number 3. I didn't pull it out, but it is my Quaker Christmas piece by Bygone Stitches. I will try to just insert a picture of what the piece is going to look like here because it's just stacked underneath all these current bags right now. I started this February 14th, 2020. It is on Heartland by Picture This Plus. This is where we started it 2022 at. My brown is from Dying for Cross Stitch, which is not named. My red is Scarlet Orange by Victorian Motto, and my gold is Golden Ale by Color and Cotton. I got a total of 14 days and 3,313 stitches, and I have needle minders sticking together. There we go. Okay, and this is where we are. I didn't get as much done we got page 3 finished and we are on to page 4. So we are over 50%. But yes, super exciting. I love this piece. I think it's so pretty. We had some problems with this particular motif and the border around it not wanting to line up, so I kind of had to rip it out and fudge some stuff. We'll make it work. So I have my last name spelled out in here, and then all the numbers actually pertain to things, because I don't really do alphabets, and random numbers and letters I just can't do in pieces because they just don't mean anything. So the 9 is for September, which is my husband's birth month. The 2 is for February, which is our daughter's. What else? The 3 is for March because that's mine. The 7 is for July because that's when my husband and I got married. My husband's and our first initials. And then 2016 because that's the year we got married. So, and then you'll see most of my last name is just the letters or spell out my last name. So, super proud. Love this piece. Don't we say that about all of them? All right, we are on number 4 already. See, it's not super long. I'm on number 4 and it's already only been 16 minutes. I think I just can't stretch videos out anymore like I used to. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay, the next is my 3rd full coverage, and this is Cigar Box by Tilton Crafts. It is also still available. I started this October 2020. This piece definitely does not have love like some. It has 111,750 total stitches. So it's kind of big. I have water here because if I'm talking this much, I'm going to need some sort of liquid. Water it is. I did 12 days total, or 13 days, excuse me, and 3,013 stitches this year. We started it at 5.66%, and we're ending it at 8.53%. This is where we are. Hold on, there's just too much fabric. There we go. There's a lot of stitches, but it's not huge compared to some of my other ones. So, that's it. We don't even have 2 full pages yet. And this will be, I started in October 2020 and we don't even have 2 full pages, but this is on 20 count and I'm stitching this one 1/1 and I'm actually really liking it. It's kind of like an old map feel and it just aids with that. So this is where this one is starting 2023 at. So many browns, so many, and grays. All right, page turn. Oh boy, I didn't do a good job of getting patterns out. And if I touch something, everything is going to fall. This is the Prairie Life Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. Let me turn this page too. Pages everywhere. I'll insert of where we started 2022 at. This one got 10 days and 2,828 stitches. I thought there was a ton of progress. It's also not a full coverage, so 2,000 stitches goes way farther in my mind. This is an 18 count by Oksana. She sells on, I think she may sell on eBay. I haven't been on eBay in a long time. But I knew she sold on either Stash Unload or Stash Unloading on Facebook. Back when I had Facebook, that's where I originally got it. And all the flosses are the called for Weeks Dye Works. This is where we're at now with this piece. So pretty. I can't hold on to it. I love the modeling in this piece. That kind of like parchment style, old paper, you know, I just think it lends really well. I have made a couple adjustments. As you can see, I've moved that bottom border way up. This is where I'm ending my piece. I'm not doing all the different motifs, like the sampler motifs on the bottom. I just want this part. The picture with Ma, Pa, I still have to do them, but we got Pet and Patty and the wagon. We've got the bear and the house from Big Woods. Little House in the Big Woods. I'm really loving this piece. I can't wait for it to be done. I'm super happy with how I decided to shrink it too. I'm very, very pleased with that. So this was my birthday start, actually. I started this on March 16th, 2021. This was my birthday start. So love it. Love it, love it. Super happy with my progress on that one this year. Next we have Turquoise by Carolyn Manning Designs. I started this piece April 17th, 2021. This is where we started 2022 at. The fabric is an unnamed by Color and Cotton. A lot of my unnameds go from when I used to be in Fabric of the Months or back before they started naming them. They would just like randomly dye it and that was the Fabric of the Month, but it never went into like the normal line, I guess you could say. And I haven't been in Fabric of the Month clubs for a while, primarily because I stitch on larger pieces. So that's where a lot of my Color and Cotton unnamed come from, or my To Die For fabrics unnamed, stuff like that, because it's back before they started naming them in their clubs. I'm using the called for DMC for this. This is where we started 22. It got 17 days, 5,583 stitches. This is where we're ending 22 and starting 23. We have 2 full page finishes and we've started on the 3rd. This is, for anyone who is wanting to start these are 100% full coverage. There's no free space in there. I don't call it one of my full coverages because those are like my Tilton Crafts and my Heaven and Earth designs and stuff like that, but this is a full coverage design just for those who are interested in possibly doing them. She has a ton of different designs, different colors, stuff like that. It's really fun, honestly, to stitch. And I personally love the blues and the teals. That is blues, teals, grays, 100% me. Love this. All right. Next we have Namisto by LenaCrossStitch. This is on Etsy. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, I'll try to leave a link below. I will insert where it was. I started this in 2020 sometime after April 17th, before July, if that helps. Probably not. This is where we were. I got 16 days on this one and 4,189 stitches, and it's on an 18 count that I randomly dyed. What colors? I don't know. I just dunk stuff. This is where we are. We have finished the first row of pages. So my floss are DMC 347, 348, and 349. And we have a light, medium, and a dark. So much. It's so much fun. So this is where we get to start on this piece for this year. I don't know how many rows of pages that there are. I guess quite a few because they're kind of blown up. I mean, this is on an 18 count and that's kind of, but we'll have to see. I'm just having fun. I'm a process stitcher. Will I love all these on my walls one day? Absolutely. Am I in a rush to get most of these done? Nope. Just having fun. So that's where this one's starting. Next we have filling the stocking. This was a Christmas in July start in July 25th, 2021 with Vani, who is Thread the Needle. If you have not checked out her channel, I highly recommend her, especially if you love full coverage. All right, sorry. I have my daughter running around the house right now. She's playing around. My fabric is an unnamed by Color and Cotton. Again, they didn't use to name everything. And our hashtag that we are using on Instagram is FC Christmas Sal, S-A-L. This is where we started 2022 at. I actually don't have the percentage because I didn't write it down of where I started. But I am at 10.91% right now. I do have that. This is where we're starting 2023. Lots of progress this year. So this piece has 58,087 total stitches in it. I got 23 days and 4,575 stitches. This piece came up a couple times in the wheel rotation that I do. It did have one time, I believe, on my WIP Go board, but most of this is just from doing it on the 24th and the 25th of every single month. Sorry. We have a 5 o'clock alarm set in our house on the, I won't say it in case you have them, in case it triggers it, but the ALEXA. And it's a reminder for my daughter to play drums, and it just went off through the whole entire house. And my daughter was yelling, "Dismiss, dismiss." So, but this is where we're starting this piece this year, and I'm super, super happy. So we got this to finish a page. We have one more page, widthways to finish. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now or take a break from like the confetti here and go down and see if I can hit like Santa's head and do that and then come up. I'm not really sure. We'll have to stay tuned and see what we end up doing. All right, number 9. Again, I will insert. This is a Halloween sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. I started this September 11th, 2021. This is where we started this piece. It's on an 18 count Aida that I dyed with a bunch of random floss that I just picked out from my stash. So I used to belong to tons of Color and Cottons. I did 3 Owl threads for a while. I did Victorian Motto for a while, and then now that I do a lot of these, my stash sits there. I don't use them usually because I stitch all large projects. So we pulled out a couple for this. This piece got 16 days, 3,019 stitches. This is where we are now. I'm quite pleased. I can't seem to handle extra fabric today. I'm quite pleased on what we've been able to accomplish from this. So I know a lot of my colors I did pick out, I tried to stay kind of similar to what they already had, minus the moon. We stitched the moon in 2021, but I did it more of a less cheery moon and more of a Halloween creepy mood. But that is where we're starting this year. I'm hoping this is a finish this year. It may be my only finish this year, but hey, we could have one. So that's where this piece is starting. All right, let me flip this again. Flip this one again. I got papers everywhere right now. Next is Mini Sunflower Cottage. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. It has 56,355 stitches. This is where we were in the start of 2022. We were at 2.8%. That's where we started. We are at 7.55% now. I got 13 days and 2,654 stitches in this last year. It's on a hoop because I was lazy and I wasn't taking it off. But here we are. So there's a random piece of glitter. Where? I don't know. I don't even own glitter. So much blue. 996, I believe. All of this is 996. So heads up, if you want to stitch this, there is a lot of blue. You need to love blue. Or break it up. So that's why I came down here, because I was getting tired of stitching blue. I started doing some diagonals just so I could get into some other colors too. I love working diagonals on a lot of my pieces. Sorry, my husband texted. He's at work. So this is where we're starting this piece this year, and I'm super happy. I mean, we got almost a 5% increase, so I'll take it. I'll take it. That was started in November 2021 on an 18 count blue Aida that I just got from 123 Stitch with all the called for DMC. Next is Autumn Blessing. This is number 11. This was my new year, new start last year. It was my first piece of 2022. So this is by Shannon Christine. I will put a picture of where I was when I filmed last year. Let me see. It's on Grog by Bee Stitch Me. And I'm using all the called for DMC in this piece. It got 17 days this year and 3,930 stitches. I'm very pleased at this piece. This is where we're at now. So this was started as a stitch along with Heather, who is the Blessed Stitcher on Instagram. She took down her YouTube channel. So this is where we're sitting. There are 9 blocks, I believe. So we're starting the second row. 3 different rows. So I think this piece is so fun. It's not fun working off of it on a paper pattern. That's not fun. But it's fun to stitch on. So I'll bring it in so you can see. And like I said, it's all DMC. Most of my floss that I use period now is all DMC. All right. Next is my birthday start from this year. And this is Mini Ye Old Kitchen. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Chiro. I had to Google this because apparently I've been saying it wrong, according to Google. It's Chiro Marchetti. Not my American self wants to make it a ch instead of a k, but it's Chiro Marchetti. It does have 73,775 total stitches. I worked on it for 21 days and 3,849 stitches and got it to 5.3%. And this is just stitched on an 18 count Aida. But I absolutely love, you know, you can see the top of the hutch, you can see the wheat, you can see all the special tiles, you can see, I'm guessing, a can of something. I'm not really sure yet. But I love this piece. Absolutely love it. Number 13 is Mini Sea Opal. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Elizabeth Welker. If you remember from 2022, I was working on the full size, and I scrapped that and started the mini. And we started the mini on April 1st, 2022 on an 18 count ivory Aida. And this is where we're at. So this has a total of 105,625 total stitches. I'm at 2.72%, and I stitched on it for 19 days and got 2,920 stitches. My way I store this floss is all on floss drops. It's not my favorite. I'm not going to do the other ones like that. I prefer just a floss box on bobbins, but I'm super excited for this piece. I love the blues. So that's where we're starting that one. 5 more to go. Okay, let's have a chat. This one will be being restarted, by the way. This is Building Dreams. This is artwork by Kevin Daniel. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. It's stitched on a 20 count oatmeal Aida. I did work on it for 15 days this year and had a total of 2,501 stitch. It's a big piece. This is where we were. I got it out because it came up on my rotation to stitch on it the 29th, 30th, and 31st of this month. I hate this fabric, and I mean hate this fabric, which is weird because all my other ones are a 20 count and it's fine, but the weave on this is really, really loose. I don't know if you can see. My stitches look like garbage, and the weave is just weird. It's not a pleasant stitch at all. So after thinking about it, I could decide it's a large piece, and I mean a large piece. I could continue to suffer through it and hate every stitch I put in and never stitch on it, or I could just switch it out. So I ordered some new fabric, cleared my pattern keeper, and this will be a new start this year. We will restart this year because I'm not about this. I don't know. Whatever it is, this fabric is just not doing it for me. So this will be a restart. I'm glad I made that decision at 2,500 stitches in instead of like 205 stitches in, or 25,000 stitches in. I probably would have told my husband, like, sorry about your luck, it ain't happening. All right, next is my ink circles. This is Circus de Circles. I started this on June 8th, 2022 on an unnamed from Dying for Cross Stitch and an unnamed floss from Dying for Cross Stitch. Again, not much help, I'm sorry. I got 10 days and 3,104 stitches, and I am just obsessed the way this is turning out. I had this picture in my head. I wasn't sure how it was going to work because of this coloring of the Aida and this brown, but it works and I love it. I think it's so pretty. I have another ink circles here that I did on an ice dye, which is why I chose this ice dye to kind of go with it. And I'm very pleased the way it looks. So happy. So happy. Number 16 is Song of the Nightingale by Modern Folk Embroidery. If you follow me on Instagram, I always use the hashtag Jacob made me do it because I wasn't looking for a new start and I found all of my stuff in stash and just went with it. I started on July 23rd, 2022, which is actually my husband's and my anniversary, on an 18 count Dying for Cross Stitch fabric with DMC 09, 936 and 3364. I'm at 8.94%. I've stitched on it for 7 days and I've done 2,144 stitches. That is not the way it goes. It goes this way. Hold please. It goes this way. It's a total of 24,007 stitches. And this is where we're at. I think there's brown here and then another one of these right here. So I think it looks pretty. Green's not normally my thing. I'm always blues and grays, but the greens and brown just play with this fabric so well. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hashtag Jacob made me do it. And you can feel free to use it for any modern folk embroidery. So. All right, we're down to our last two. The number 17 is Mini Butterfly Rose Cross. I started this on September 17th, 2022. It's on an 18 count Aida that I dyed with all the DMC. The artwork is by Bridget Ashwood, and I was gifted this for my birthday by Desiree in 2022. I have done 0.99% with all background stitches. I only got 4 days on this and did 629 stitches though. It's got a total of 63,225. A lot of people, I believe Sarah the Stitchin' Mommy has taken the background out, but I really liked the background, so I'm leaving mine in and I'm going to stitch it. So that is where we're starting. And my last piece I have started that is current in my WIP pile. It is called Beginner T-Rex. This was picked out by my daughter, who loves dinosaurs right now. I started it November 19th, 2022. It's on an 18 count coffee dyed Aida. The artwork is by David Penfound. It has 175,561 total stitches. I spent 6 days on it and got 1,337 stitches in. I'm at 0.76%. This will be my focus piece once my husband's Firefighter piece is done. This will come in. There's so many other islands I could put in, but being that she's going to be 8 in February, she's not going to love dinosaurs probably forever. I want to get this done when she does. So that's why I'm kind of putting a rush on it. Or on that top corner of sky. It's the sky. Those are my WIPs. All 18 of them. So, am I starting anything this year? Duh. Of course I am. I have plans to start a couple. So, I already told you I'm going to be restarting Building Dreams. I am also going to be starting the Tilton Crafts, The Realm of Middle Earth. This is going to be my largest piece. I mean, it's massive. It's over 789,000 stitches. The floss is coming for that right now. So I will be starting that this year. I will be starting Faces of Fairy, which is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I was gifted this by Rainey as a Christmas present. It reminds me so much of my daughter. So this will be being started. I will be starting the Farmer's Market color expansion that was gifted to me by Heather. This is an Amy Stewart. So I have all the floss and fabric and stuff ready to go for that one as well. It just has to start. And then my last one I'm going to be starting is a temperature pattern that I am planning on doing. I already got went through the other day and figured out my temperatures that they gave us and matched it with just pulled stuff from floss. So I'm ready to go for that. And oh my gosh, there's so many. You can't see them all. There's just no way. But I got a giant chunk of random colors that I pulled. So I'm excited. I've never done one before. And it's in my new bag that I got for my Advent from Heather, which is sunflowers. All right. That is my 2023 start of WIP Parade. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely love watching WIP Parades. I have so much editing to do now and putting pictures in, but I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I hope you guys have a fantastic 2023. If you're going out tonight, please be safe. There's just please be safe. So as always, it's kind of my thing on this channel. Your mental health is important. And so please take time for yourself each and every day in whatever form that is for you. Mine is stitching, and to be a light to the world around you. I will see you guys for my next regular Flosstube in 2023.